Sleeping Beauty. The sun is shining brightly, so Loulou and Lou can be found in a special place in the park today. It's the rose garden, where all the roses are now in full bloom. "Such beautiful flowers here, aren't they, Lou?" exclaims Loulou. "The red roses are especially pretty," replies Lou. "Yes, but those pink ones are even prettier," says Loulou. "There's one lying here on the ground," says Lou. Right as he picks it up, he pricks his finger on one of the rose's small thorns. "Ouch! A thorn!" says Lou. "Oh, did you get hurt?" asks Loulou, concerned. But Lou shakes his head. "Oh, well, that's good. Now let's just hope you don't fall asleep like Sleeping Beauty," giggles Loulou. "Oh, Loulou, would you tell me the story of Sleeping Beauty again?" asks Lou. "All right then." In a land far away, there was a king and queen who loved each other very much. They were very happy when the queen had her first child. To celebrate, they threw a party and everyone in the kingdom was invited. There was just one person who wasn't invited: the wicked witch of the land. On the day of the party, everyone in the entire kingdom was joyful. The people in the castle sang and danced, and the king and queen sat blissfully upon their thrones. But suddenly, a menacing, dark green cloud appeared in the sky, and the giant door to the castle's great hall flew open. Whoosh, whoosh, came the sound of the wind as it blew into the hall. There in the doorway stood the wicked witch. "I see you're having a party. And where's my invitation?" the witch began to say.
"We don't want you at this celebration, witch,"
said the king angrily. "You don't want me?" said the witch. "Well, that's not how I want it, little king." It became so quiet in the great hall you could hear a pin drop. Everyone was scared of what might be about to happen. "You'll pay for this," said the witch. "On her 16th birthday, your little princess Rosamond will prick her finger on a spinning wheel and fall into a deep, deep sleep." Then the witch spoke to the rest of the people in the room. "And you'll all fall asleep, too. She laughed cruelly. "A spinning wheel?" asks Lou, surprised. "What's that?" "A spinning wheel is a machine you can use to make thread out of wool. They used to make clothes out of that thread," explains Loulou. "16 years passed quickly by. Rosamond had become a very sweet princess who took good care of the people around her. She preferred to be outdoors. She loved to look at the fish in the pond and the birds in the trees. She often spent many hours reading and writing in the shadows of the big tree near the water. Everything in the castle seemed to be going as usual. But the king and queen were very afraid of the witch's spell. They had ordered everyone in the land to burn their spinning wheels so that Rosamond could never prick her finger. The day of Rosamond's 16th birthday arrived. The king and queen had told Rosamond that she wasn't allowed to go outside today. That was the only way to be sure she couldn't prick her finger on anything. Because Rosamond was such a sweet girl, she listened to her parents. She wanted very much to go outside with the fish and birds on this day, but that wasn't allowed for now, and so she stayed in the castle that morning. Happy birthday to you. Her parents sang her awake.
"Happy birthday, my little princess,"
said the king.
"Happy birthday, dear Rosamond,"
said the queen with a cuddle. She gave Rosamond a great big bouquet of roses.
"Come on now, let's get going downstairs for your birthday breakfast."
And so they all walked down the long stairway of the castle. "Oh, I completely forgot my roses," said Rosamond. "They'll need to go in water, of course. I'll just go get them real quick." And Rosamond ran quickly back up the stairs. At her bedroom window, she saw a little bird with dark green feathers come swooping inside. "Tweet, tweet, tweet," said the bird. "Well, hello, what a little darling you are," said Rosamond. The bird flew, swoosh, straight through the room, out into the hall. "Hey, wait a minute!" But the bird was already gone. Rosamond quickly laid her bouquet of roses down and chased after the bird. It moved so quickly, up the stairs, through the corridor to the left, suddenly to the right. Tweet, tweet, tweet! Where are you going? How peculiar! I've never seen these corridors before. All of a sudden, the bird landed on a doorknob. "Huh? Is this your spot, little bird?" asked Rosamond. "What could be behind that door?" Slowly, she opened the door. There, under the dust and the cobwebs, she saw the last spinning wheel. Without even realizing what she was doing, Rosamond stepped toward the spinning wheel.
"Rosamond,"
the king called out,
"is everything okay?"
"The tea's getting cold, dear," shouted the queen as well. But Rosamond walked directly toward the spinning wheel. "What on earth is this?" Because all the spinning wheels had been burned up, Rosamond had never seen a spinning wheel before. Slowly, she drew closer to it and brought her finger near the spindle. "I've never seen anything like this." Rosamond was now close by the spindle. Just a teensy bit closer and she could prick her finger. Meanwhile, the king had come up the stairs to look for the princess. Suddenly, he heard the bird chirping. He walked to the room where Rosamond stood. The king turned white as a ghost when he saw her finger close to the spinning wheel.
"Rosamond, stop!"
he yelled out. But at exactly that moment, she pricked her finger on the spinning wheel and collapsed. Just as the witch had said, she fell into a deep, deep sleep, as did the rest of the land. The bakers fell, thud, on their flour sacks. The guards toppled, wham, with their backs against the stones. And the gardeners, flop, into the flowers. The entire kingdom fell into a long sleep which would last 100 years. 100 years passed by without anyone in the land waking up. In the meanwhile, there were many princes who had come to try to awaken Rosamond, the sleeping beauty. But the wicked witch had been clever, and with her spell she had caused a giant hedge made of thorns to grow around the castle. Not a single prince had dared to venture through the thorny bushes. But one day, a prince came riding through on his horse. He had made a long journey to Sleeping Beauty's castle and had just arrived there.
"Oh my, everything is completely overgrown with rose bushes, just like all the princes told me it would be."
But the prince was brave and began to use his sword to chop through the dense rose bushes and prickly thorns. After a whole day passed, he finally got through the giant thorny hedge. He tied his horse to a tree in the castle garden and walked toward the castle. He saw bakers lying on their flour sacks. The guards were lying snoring away on the rocks. and the gardeners, they were lying peacefully among the roses. The prince went searching for the king and queen of the castle. He went through the long corridors and hidden stairways. There he came across the king. "The king is also in a deep slumber." The prince looked up and saw that on the far end of the hallway there was an open door. There lay a girl, but Sleeping Beauty too was still asleep. The prince found the whole situation so tragic that he couldn't help but cry. He leaned down and kissed Sleeping Beauty on her forehead. The kiss was so full of goodness that it broke the spell of the wicked witch. Sleeping Beauty and the entire kingdom finally woke up from their deep sleep. The boy became a hero, and all across the land they celebrated for 100 days.
Rosamond sure had bad luck that she pricked her finger,
says Lou. Well, that's for sure. 100 years of sleep, just imagine, replies Loulou.
I'm tired just thinking about it, says Lou.
Lucky the prick from that thorn didn't put you to sleep, huh, Lou? Says Loulou.
Yes, 100 years of sleep. I don't feel like sleeping that long at all, replies Lou. I'd much rather be playing with you in the rose garden.
Yes, Lou, let's see who can find the most beautiful rose, says Loulou.